All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the College of Engineering Town Hall on External Recognition Celebration and New Faculty Welcome. I'm Wayne Chen, the Associate Dean for Research and Innovation in the college. This town hall is to celebrate those who have been recognized for excellence in research, teaching, and engagement, as well as those who have achieved milestones in the commercialization of their technology, which is a form of recognition by the market, and to welcome new faculty members to the college. For the external recognitions, I'm going to announce a very small group among the people who received external recognitions, just based on their availability on the career stages. So on the screen, I think you can show that we have more than 100 photos. Well, I can show you that's a whole page. So I'm going to take example of only 24. And out of 24, I'm going to take groups of 6. So I'll announce 6 names with the awards. So if your awards is announced, I'll ask you please stand up and the remaining standing until I read all 6 names. Then for the audience, I ask you to hold the applause until all 6 names are announced. Then one group and we'll go to the next 6 names. So that will be the format. So the first 6, Arzu Adekani. Well, still not everyone can make it here. So, yeah, but Arzu won the 2021 the Granger Foundation Frontiers of Engineering Grant for advancement in interdisciplinary research from the National Academy of Engineering. Saurabh Bagji. Saurabh's here. Great. So Saurabh has received the Amazon Research Award for streaming video and analytics for Internet of Things devices. Sasha Botaseva, who's elected as a fellow of the Materials Research Society for her contributions to plasmonic and optical metamaterials, including plasmonic waveguides for on-chip circuitry, high-temperature nanophotonics, optical structures with extremely low reflective index, and turnable plasmonics. Somali Chatterjee, great, here, who was awarded the Adobe Research Award for the project titled FlexFed. That's a flexible, federated learning on diverse devices. Carrie Douglas, great, Carrie, who won the National Science Foundation's Career Award for the project titled Fair Assessments, Examining Culture Familiarity to Decrease Bias in Engineering Classroom Assessments. Dan Durantis, I saw him here. Yeah, so Dan was elected fellow in the International Council on Systems Engineering for his outstanding contributions to modeling and simulating methodology for design theory for system of systems and the complex aerospace vehicles. So let's give a round of applause for the outstanding faculty. Please be seated. Now we go to group 2. Rajamani Gonda, great, who received Early Career Award in Catalysis Science and Technology from American Chemical Society for his pioneering research accomplishments in the design or synthesis of catalysts, leading to recognized advancement in the understanding and application of catalysts. Ahmed Hassan Nai, great, who's received Outstanding Achievement Award from the American Nuclear Society's Fusion Energy Division in recognition of his pioneering worldwide research and leadership on the effects of plasma material interactions during plasma instabilities in tokamaks and inertial fusion devices. Sogon Hazanzada. Sogon received the Thomas Glavinich Electra International Early Clear Award from Electric International. Kathy Howe. Kathy was elected to be a member of the International Academy of Astronautics. Election to the International Academy of Astronautics is a recognition of an individual's record of service and achievements, and members are leaders in space and aeronautical activities in their own countries. I think astronautical. Jen Jin, who received the Davidson Prize from American Society of Agriculture and Biological Engineers and the Association of Equipment Manufacturers for developing LeafSpec, a handheld hyperspectral corn leaf imager. I think I saw that. Dan Zhao, who was a distinguished microwave lecturer at the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers for the Microwave Theory and Technique Society. And you have to be a guru in that society to be the distinguished lecturer. So let's get a round of applause for these faculties. Now, group 3. Gerhard Klimek, who's elected fellow of the American Association of the Advancement of Science for his achievements in developing some of the most realistic simulations of ultra-small transistors and for his leadership role in the global nanotechnology community. Peter Meckel. Peter was elected as a fellow of American Society of Mechanical Engineers. And I know there are quite a few as elected. I saw actually Jin Chen somewhere who was elected. So we only take a few examples here. Maria Okonowski. So Maria received the Mary Jane Osterman Professional Women's Achievement Award from American Nuclear Society for her dedication to nuclear materials research and the education and professional development of young researchers in the field of nuclear material science and engineering. Vilas Paul. So Vilas received Excellence in Process Research Development Award from American Institute of Chemical Engineers for his significant technical contributions to the advancement of process development. Julio Ramirez. Julio was elected as a distinguished member of the American Society of Civil Engineers. Brett Savoy, who actually one of the Murray winners as an assistant professor. So, Brett received Young Investigator Award from Office of Naval Research. So let's give applause for this. All right, group 4. Shrez Sen. Oh, she is here. Who received Outstanding Research Award from Intel for the project Ground Up Root Cause Analysis Guided Low Overhead Generic countermeasures for power and electromagnetic side channel attacks. Vlad Sharayev, who's is listed as a highly cited researcher by the Web of Science. And we actually have, I think, 4 listed. So Vlad is a representative for producing multiple highly cited papers and ranking in the top 1% of the field in this year by the Web of Science. Shweta Singh, who received Early Career Award from American Institute of Chemical Engineers Environmental Division for her research and advancement of systems methodologies for life cycle analysis and the creation of cloud-based computational tools for sustainability assessment. Andrea Vecca, not here, who received Joseph Brahman Medal from Institute of Mechanical Engineers. Haiyan Wang, who's elected as a fellow of the National Academy of Inventors for demonstrating a spirit of innovation in creating or facilitating outstanding inventions that have made a tangible impact on the quality of life, economic development, and the welfare of society. Wenzo Wu, Wenzo's not here, who received the National Science Foundation Career Award for the project Scalable Nanomanufacturing of Two-Dimensional Topological Materials for Quantum Device Applications. Now let's give a round of applause. Yeah, please be seated. This concludes the verbal presentation of the external recognition recipients. All others will be displayed on the TVs around during the reception. I would now like to introduce Dr. Brooke Beyer, Vice President, Office of Technology Commercialization, who will present the College of Engineering's most impactful inventors.
Well, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today, and it's really an honor to recognize all the faculty that have contributed to being a most impactful inventor for the fiscal year 2021. I feel like our office has lived a little bit behind a screen the last year and a half or so it's great to see everyone in person. The College of Engineering and the Office of Technology Commercialization share the belief that success through patent licensing, technology transfer, and startups are a critical measure of external impact and a recognition of faculty's ingenuity. I'll also like to take this opportunity to share a few recent milestones in tech commercialization. Last year, the business development managers in OTC executed 159 licenses to established and startup companies, both national and international. These contained over 200 different technologies from Purdue. This tops the previous record of 148 achieved during the previous fiscal year. Again, in fiscal year 21, OTC received 394 invention disclosures from Purdue, filed 607 U.S. patent applications, and received 189 issued patents from the USPTO. And over 60% of this activity came from the College of Engineering. You shall be very proud of that. According to a report released in 2020 by IPO, Intellectual Property Owners Association, and the National Academy of Inventors, Purdue had the 6th highest number of patents worldwide and second among schools without a medical school. Similarly to Mung's comment about President Daniels and rankings, I have been, I guess for the past 4 or 5 years, hearing when are we going to be top 10? Well, I was very happy to come knocking on the door and say, guess what, we're 6. And now it's, well, when are we going to be top 5? So you guys can help me out with that. College of Engineering faculty members are a driving force behind all of these milestones, and the products they're bringing to the marketplace are redefining what is possible in the fields of energy, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, aerospace, nutrition, and much more, and ultimately are changing lives. So now I'll proceed with the presentation of the College of Engineering's most impactful inventors. We're recognizing several categories of faculty inventors who have developed Purdue IP, which is now in various stages of commercialization. I'll ask the audience to hold applause until I've announced all of the names of all of the slides. Once I have done so, I'll ask our most impactful inventors to stand for a round of applause. All right, so the first category of inventors are College of Engineering faculty members who are commercializing their technologies through their own startup endeavor, established in the fiscal year 2021 based on Purdue intellectual property. The inventors in this category are Saurabh Bagchi for Keybyte LLC, Shomali Chatterjee for Keybyte LLC, June Chen for Poseidon Energy, Charles Greg Jensen for Poseidon Energy, Mahdi Hosseini for Quantum Royal Road, Jacqueline Linus for Evertrue, Luna Liu for Wave Logics, Saeed Mohammadi for Molecular Signatures, Zoltan Naj for Chrysist, Leah Stanchu for Identify Sensors, and Mohit Verma for Krishi LLC. And that is that list. If we can acknowledge and applause. Thank you very much. All right, the second category of inventors are College of Engineering faculty members who have established a startup company that has received more than $500,000 of SBIR or venture capital funding in the last 5 calendar years. The faculty members in this category are Saurabh Bagchi for SensorHound, Keith Chirkauer, Melba Crawford, Edward Delp, and Ayman Habib for Griffin, Meng Deng for Adipo Therapeutics. Adipo Therapeutics has raised a total of $2.4 million of SBIR and venture capital funding over the past 5 years. Chari Savron for Savron Technologies. Technologies has raised a total of $3.7 million as of today. Carlos Gallo for Hisonic Technologies. Hisonic Technologies has raised over $1 million since 2018. Stephen Sun for Adranos, and David Spencer for Vestigo Aerospace, which has raised $925,000 in funding since its inception 2 years ago. We'll acknowledge those. All right, the third category of inventors are College of Engineering faculty members whose technology was the basis for a new license that was signed with an existing company in fiscal year 2021. The inventors in this category provided key contributions to facilitate the transfer of their technology to an entity that is making significant investments in developing the technology and implementing the technology in the marketplace. This category includes exclusive licenses, non-exclusive licenses, and the addition of technology to existing licenses. The inventors are Gerhard Klimek, Tillman Kubis, John Sutherland, Ninhua Wang, sorry about that, and Yuan Yi. Please stand and applause. All right, and the fourth category, and I know there could be plenty more for this college, but the fourth category of inventors are faculty members who had U.S. patents issued in fiscal year 2021 from the College of Engineering with a corporate partner. The inventors in this category have received issued patents that either have been exclusively licensed by a non-startup entity or are jointly owned with industry. These inventors are Vineet Agarwal, Jan Albeck, Young Sang Liu, Jorg Appenzeller, Saurabh Bagchi, Stephen Heister, Carlos Gallo, Gary Kreutz, Keenan Park, Andrew Ott, Karthik Ramani, Leah Stanchu, Eric Nauman, T.N. Vijay Kumar, Mithuna Thodathodi, Sanjay Rao, Ninhua Wang, and Song Zhang. Please acknowledge. I will also now introduce Dr. Alina Alexenko, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education, who will begin the welcoming of new college engineering faculty members. Thank you.
We're very pleased to welcome 31 faculty members who started their positions in the college in 2021 and are already making a mark. I will ask to hold the applause until we announce the whole group. David Ernas, Assistant Professor, Aeronautics and Astronautics. Dr. Ernas joins us from MIT, where he was a postdoctoral associate. He earned his PhD in mathematics and statistics from the Universidad de Zaragoza. Dr. Ernas' main focus of research has been celestial mechanics, mission analysis, applied mathematics, and algorithm generation. Thomas Beacom, Associate Professor, Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Beacom joins us from the Sandia National Laboratories, where he was a senior member of technical staff. He earned his PhD in mechanical engineering from the Georgia Institute of Technology, and his areas of expertise are nanophotonics, 2D solids, phonon transport, Raman and infrared spectroscopies. Aaron Bravont, Research Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Bravont earned his PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering from Purdue and went on to hold the position of Senior Lead Engineer at PC Krause and Associates. His areas of expertise are modeling and simulation of power electronic systems, computational electromagnetics, and electromagnetic compatibility. Stylianos Hatzidakis, Assistant Professor, Nuclear Engineering. Dr. Hatzidakis comes to us from the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, where he held the position of Weinberg Fellow. He received his PhD in nuclear engineering from Purdue, and his areas of research are in radiation imaging and nuclear sensing technologies. Ana Maria Estrada Gomez, Assistant Professor, Industrial Engineering. Dr. Estrada Gomez received her PhD in Industrial Engineering from Georgia Tech. Her research focuses on developing efficient methodologies and algorithms for modeling, monitoring, diagnosing, sensing systems with high-dimensional data. Ben Fong, Associate Professor of Engineering Practice, Industrial Engineering. Dr. Fong comes to us from Pentair, where he was Global Product Category Leader, Commercial Filtration. He received his PhD in Industrial and Systems Engineering from Virginia Tech. Dr. Fong's expertise is in global IoT product management, Lean Six Sigma, and control systems in industrial automation. Jing Gao, Associate Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Gao earned her PhD in computer science from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. She joins us from State University of New York at Buffalo, where she was Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Dr. Gao's expertise is in data and information analysis with a focus on data mining and machine learning. Masa Gassemi, Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Gassemi earned her PhD in Decision, Information and Communications Engineering from the University of Texas at Austin. Dr. Gassemi's research tackles theoretical and foundational advancements preparing autonomous systems to coexist with humans. Leopold Green, Assistant Professor, the Weldon School of Biochemical Engineering. Dr. Green earned his PhD in bioengineering from the University of California, Riverside, and subsequently held a postdoctoral research position at the California Institute of Technology. Dr. Green's areas of focus are smart biosensors and bioactuators, microbial-based therapeutics, synthetic biology, wound healing, and chronic inflammatory disease treatment. Abafazul Hashemi, Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Hashemi joins us from the University of Texas, Austin, where he was a postdoctoral fellow at the Odin Institute for Computational Engineering and Sciences. His research interests include collaborative signal processing, resource-constrained distributed optimization, optimization for machine learning, online learning, and sparse approximation. Dr. Hashemi earned his PhD in electrical and computer engineering at the University of Texas, Austin. Nusrat Hang, assistant professor, Lyle School of Civil Engineering. Dr. Hang earned her Doctor Sciences in Mechanical Engineering from Aalto University School of Engineering and went on to hold a visiting assistant professor position in the Lyle School of Civil Engineering here in the college. Dr. Hang's research focuses on building information modeling, architectural design, low-carbon societies, building performance, international development. Murat Hadjoulu, assistant professor in Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Hadjoulu earned his PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering at the University of Texas, Austin, and was then a member of research staff at the MIT IBM Watson AI Lab. Dr. Hadjoulu areas of expertise include causal inference, learning causal graphs, generative adversarial networks, information theory, and learning theory. Linda Lee, professor in agronomy and environmental and ecological engineering. Dr. Lee is professor of agronomy in the College of Agriculture and has been jointly appointed to environmental and ecological engineering here in the college. Dr. Lee's research expertise is in industrial and agricultural contaminant remediation. She earned her PhD in soil chemistry and contaminant hydrology from the University of Florida. Leifur Leifsson, associate professor, aeronautics and astronautics. Dr. Leifsson comes to us from Iowa State University, where he was an associate professor of aerospace engineering. Dr. Leifsson earned his PhD in aerospace engineering from Virginia Tech. His research focuses on advancing fundamental computational methods for surrogate-based modeling and optimal design of engineered systems. Aravind Machiri, assistant professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Machiri comes to us from the University of Maryland, College Park, where he was a visiting researcher. He earned his PhD in computer science from the University of California, Santa Barbara, and his research is in system security. Our next presenter is Dr. Dana Weinstein, Associate Dean for Graduate Education.
Alina. Continuing with our new faculty, we have Anuran Makur, assistant professor in the Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering and in Computer Science. Dr. Makur earned his SCD in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and subsequently held a postdoctoral researcher post there in the Laboratory for Information and Decision Systems. Dr. Makur's research interests are in theories of machine learning, combinatorial statistics, and information theory and inference. Arun Manodi Kanakitori, assistant professor in materials engineering. Dr. Manodi Kanakitori joins us from the Argonne National Laboratory, where he was a postdoctoral researcher. He earned his PhD in materials science and engineering from the University of Connecticut. His research interests include density functional theory, machine learning, and materials informatics. Monique McLean, assistant professor, mechanical engineering. Dr. McLean earned her PhD in aeronautics and astronautics here at Purdue University. Dr. McLean's expertise is in additive manufacturing and energetic materials such as propellants, pyrotechnics, and explosives. Ryan Newton, associate professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. Newton received his PhD in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science from MIT. He comes to us from Indiana University, where he held the position of Associate Professor of Computer Science. His research interests are in programming languages, parallelism, stream processing, and deterministic execution. Lindsay Payne, Assistant Professor of Engineering Practice in Environmental and Ecological Engineering. Dr. Payne comes to us from Purdue University's Office of Engagement, where she's served as Director of Service Learning. Dr. Payne received her PhD in Ecological Sciences and Engineering from Purdue University. Her research focuses on integrating transdisciplinary knowledge in decision-making support processes to generate useful knowledge for engineering students participating in community-based design projects. Caitlin Proctor, Assistant Professor, Agricultural and Biological Engineering and Environmental and Ecological Engineering. Dr. Proctor earned her PhD in Life Sciences from ETH Zurich and went on to hold a Lillian Gilbreth postdoctoral fellowship here in the College of Engineering. Dr. Proctor's research spans the microbiological, ecological, public health, chemical, and regulatory aspects of building plumbing. Junji Chin, Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Chin joins us from the University of California, Berkeley, where he held a postdoctoral research position. He received his PhD in computational and mathematical engineering from Stanford University. Dr. Chin's research areas include sustainable systems, markets and sharing economy platforms, and data-driven decision-making. Thomas Roth, Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Roth earned his PhD in electrical engineering from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign and subsequently joined the technical staff at Sandia National Laboratories. Dr. Roth focuses on stable and efficient computational electromagnetics methods for the broadband analysis of complex geometries. Michael Seeley, Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Seeley comes to us from the University of Nebraska, where he was an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical and Materials Engineering. Dr. Seeley earned his PhD in mechanical engineering from the University of Alabama. His research interests are in advanced manufacturing of metals and food to solve problems in health. Akanshu Sharma, Associate Professor in the Lyell School of Civil Engineering. Dr. Sharma joins us from the University of Stuttgart's Institute of Construction Materials, where he held an assistant professorship. Dr. Sharma earned his PhD in civil engineering from the University of Stuttgart. He is an expert in the performance of concrete structures under earthquakes, impacts, and fire conditions. Yu Shi, Assistant Professor in Industrial Engineering. Dr. Shi earned his PhD in Mechanical Engineering from Ohio State University and went on to hold a postdoctoral associate position at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Dr. Shi's research focuses on human-safe collaborative robots, soft robotics, and dexterous robotic manipulation. Wisal Srivastav, Assistant Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Srivastav earned his PhD in computer science from Cornell University and subsequently held a postdoctoral associate position at Yale University. Dr. Srivastav's areas of expertise include computer networking, data center networking, and hardware architecture. Lu Su, Associate Professor, Elmore Family School of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Dr. Su comes to us from SUNY Buffalo, where he was an Associate Professor of Computer Science. Dr. Su earned his PhD in Computer Science from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. His research areas are in the Internet of Things, cyber physical systems, wireless, mobile, and crowd sensing systems, big data and cloud computing, data mining and machine learning, as well as security and privacy. Brian Tackett, Assistant Professor, Davidson School of Chemical Engineering. Dr. Tackett earned his PhD in Chemical Engineering from Columbia University and went on to hold an NRC postdoctoral fellowship at the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Dr. Tackett's research looks at the progress of catalysis research in the rapidly growing field of CO2 electroreduction. Matthew Tews, Professor of Engineering Practice in the Weldon School of Biomedical Engineering. Dr. Tews joins us from the Medical College of Georgia, where he served as Associate Dean of Educational Simulation. Dr. Tews earned his Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree from Des Moines University. His research interests include innovative learning experience development, multidimensional medical education, educational simulation and online curriculum, technology in medical education, and telemedicine. Justin Weibel, Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Weibel earned his PhD in Mechanical Engineering from Purdue University and was subsequently appointed Research Associate Professor and Director of the Cooling Technologies Research Center here at Purdue. Dr. Weibel's research explores methodologies for prediction and control of heat transport to enhance the performance and efficiency of thermal management technologies. At this point, we'll invite all of the new faculty members to please stand, and I'll ask everyone to join me in welcoming them to the College of Engineering with a giant round of applause. Welcome. I'll turn it back over to Wayne Chen, Associate Dean for Research and Innovation, for concluding remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this concludes the formal proceedings for this town hall. And over the pandemic, we have much less opportunities to interact with each other among colleagues. So we have a reception for this town hall. So please enjoy this rare opportunity to face-to-face interactions with your colleagues. And have a good evening.